Imagine coming to work every day knowing you will be walking on eggshells, not because of the complexity of your work, but because of a volatile personality you have to interact with. Ooh, this is a reality for many who work alongside a colleague, who regularly displays characteristics of narcissism. Yeah. It's a dynamic that can disrupt even the strongest teams and affect overall productivity. In this video, I am going to share how to handle narcissistic behaviors at work while protecting your peace. Welcome to the Agile Leader channel with me, Pia Fitzgerald, where I provide tools for increasing confidence, connection, and collaboration. Disclaimer: do not use this video to diagnose, label, or put someone in a box who may display narcissistic behaviors in efforts to give yourself a sense of control over the situation. That will not work. Allow people to be people and watch this video to learn humanizing strategies to deal with narcissistic behaviors while protecting your peace. Narcissism is a topic that may resonate with many of you on a professional level. Interacting with a coworker who demonstrates narcissistic behaviors can be emotionally and mentally challenging. Some people have described these interactions as life draining. And if this is your story, keep watching until the end because dealing with the narcissistic behavior can be taxing. However, implementing effective strategies can help create the mental and emotional capacity necessary for healthy connection and collaboration in the workplace. 5 signs of narcissistic behaviors in the workplace. Persons regularly displaying narcissistic behaviors may have an excessive need for admiration. Excessive need for admiration. There is this need for constant praise and attention. Persons regularly exhibiting narcissistic behaviors may become upset if they don't receive the recognition they feel they deserve. And let's keep in mind, this is like all the time, not just once or twice. We all have a right to be upset when we don't get what we believe we deserve. Persons who exhibit narcissistic behaviors may lack empathy. They seem indifferent to the needs and feelings of colleagues, and they make decisions that benefit themselves at the expense of others, not worrying about their feelings. Persons exhibiting narcissistic behaviors may have an ongoing sense of entitlement. By the way, with all of these, it's like a consistent. It's not just once here or there. We're talking about regular, consistent, evidence of these kinds of behaviors. But they may have a sense of entitlement. They may want and feel they deserve preferential treatment or compliance. They want people to comply with their expectations, regardless of how fair it is, or the office norms, or the agreed shared values. Persons with this behavior or who may experience narcissistic behaviors, they may practice a lot of exploitive behaviors, using others to achieve their own ends. They may do kind of bullying a little bit here or manipulating a little bit over there. It's like even taking credit for team success when it was the team, but they'll take credit as if it was their own, or blaming other people for their failures. So just kind of exploiting folks for their own gain. Another thing that you may find is when there's arrogance and a domineering attitude. They may frequently assert dominance, belittle colleagues, or exhibit an inflated sense of self-importance. Now, in this video, I'm not going to talk about the psychological implications, if you will, of someone exhibiting these behaviors, because we're not trying to diagnose. I recommend, though, if you're really, really interested in one of the experts on YouTube, Dr. Ramani. You may want to visit her channel if you want more involved insight. But for our purposes and in my scope of work, we're not going to talk about the psychology of it all for today. Just want to make sure I give you that hint. All right. Now, 5 ways to protect your peace when there's narcissism in the workplace. Number 1, set clear boundaries. Establish and maintain clear and professional boundaries. Avoid engaging in conflict or competitions, as these can escalate those behaviors, those narcissistic behaviors quickly. Number 2, maintain your professionalism. Keep interactions as professional as possible and make sure your task is focused. Focus on what you're supposed to be focused on. Focus on the thing, not the person. This helps in avoiding personal attacks or manipulations. Document interactions. Sometimes that could be a little overwhelming, so keep it simple, but keep a record of your interactions. That can help protect you in case you may need to report some unethical behavior or defend your contributions. Now, I want to say this. HR has enough to deal with. However, there are times when dealing with this behavior in the workplace can escalate to where you have to seek the support of HR. I've seen it happen time and time again. So you do want to document, but don't lose your mind trying to do that. You don't want to be so consumed with that behavior that you lose sight of why you're there in the first place. Okay? Number 4, seek support. Build a network of supportive colleagues and maintain open communication with your supervisors. This can provide a buffer and additional perspectives on the situation. Now, we're not here to backbite and gossip about the person, because if you're not dealing with the person directly, you want to make sure you're doing that. You don't want to go around and do all of this talking behind the person's back, because that's not effective either. So make sure you seek support, but do it in a healthy, professional way. And number 5, manage your stress. Engage in stress-reducing activities and consider speaking with a counselor to navigate the emotional challenges that can come from working with a colleague displaying these behaviors. Because again, as I said before, many people have said it's a life-draining interaction, often a life-draining interaction. There is a lot of energy that's lost. That's a whole conversation. See her station, Dr. Ramani's channel, for more information about that. I want to now share with you 5 strategies on how to connect and collaborate at work with a person displaying these kind of behaviors. Number 1, use clear communication. Be straightforward and clear in your communications. Avoid ambiguity, talking around the thing. Be direct. This can be manipulated with someone, displaying narcissistic tendencies, because it doesn't show the confidence that's needed. Again, you need to understand why that's important. Check out her station. Number 2, leverage their strengths. Okay, acknowledge their skills and incorporate them into the team objectives where they can shine without undermining others. Because sometimes that's all they really need, even if they won't admit it or have the self-awareness for it. Well, I will say this. A lot of times people display these traits because of undealt with childhood wounds where they did not receive the attention and where they had to constantly vie for it in a way where it just kind of got out of control. And here we are today. Again, that's someone else's job to give you all the psychology behind it. But leverage their strengths can go a long way with that. Number 3, provide structured feedback. When providing feedback, be clear about expectations and outcomes. Again, be clear about your expectations and outcomes and frame it in a way that acknowledges their need for admiration while focusing on constructive growth. Number 4, avoid personalization. Recognize that their behaviors are a reflection of what they're not dealing with, not a personal attack on you. Remember, there's another video, I talk about this all the time, Don Ruiz, the 4 agreements, which one of them is take nothing personal. It'll free you up. Don't personalize. Don't make their stuff about you. All right. But this mindset can help you detach emotionally from potentially hurtful interactions. Don't make it about you. And number 5, limit reliance. If possible, limit the extent to which your success is intertwined with theirs. Diversify your collaborations and who you collaborate with what you decide to collaborate on to reduce vulnerability to their actions. We don't want them to feel like you are beholden to them. Okay? It's a fine dance, but you can do it. By recognizing these signs and implementing thoughtful strategies, you can navigate the complexities of working with someone exhibiting narcissistic traits. The goal isn't just to cope, okay? You spend too much time at work to just cope. You spend typically 40 plus hours, so you need to thrive. All right. So, following these things, when you have that kind of energy in the workplace, following these practices and this mindset can help transform this workspace in a place where not just you can thrive, but all can thrive and contribute to their fullest potential. This requires working together to create a supportive, productive, and respectful workplace. How's that sound? All right, before I go, let me leave you with a little chuckle. Are you ready? Why did the narcissist go to the art museum? Because they heard it was a place where you could really see yourself in the paintings. You can laugh. If you found a useful tip in this video, or if I warmed the cockles of your heart, I would appreciate you hitting the like button and sharing feedback in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to help bring more valuable content designed to enhance your personal and professional development. Thank you for watching and have a winning week.